Max Solomon, you're running for governor of Illinois. You just participated in the Tazewell County Republicans debate. In your estimation, how do you think it went?
I think it went very beautifully, Jerry. Thank you.
For those who haven't had a chance to know more about your campaign, give us a little bit of a biography, just a bit, so a thumbnail, so that people will have some idea who you are and some of your life story.
Our website is www.maxsolomon.org. We're the candidate running to reform Illinois pension and fix it, actually. Illinois is broken, and we believe strongly that Illinois does not have an income problem. Illinois has a spending problem, and we've identified that majority of that spending goes to the broken pension system. And that's why I'm running, and that's what we're going to fix.
When you go out and you talk to the public and the voters, what kind of feedback are you getting? What's on the mind of the voters that they're telling you?
Well, I live in Cook County, and I'm running as a Republican. So you can imagine Cook County Republican conservative values. It's tough, very tough. But I believe it's because the GOP, the Illinois GOP, has ignored a lot of parts in Illinois, especially in Cook County, especially Chicago. I think if we get in there without fear and compete again, I think we will begin to change the hearts and minds of these people, right? They want to hear the truth. They want their state fixed, right? But the GOP doesn't go in there for several reasons that I may not go into tonight. But the message is, let's just fix Illinois, right? Taxes are high, we know that, right? Crimes are high, we know that. How do we fix it? And that's the message we bring in.
You have a PhD?
I have a doctorate degree in law, yes.
And you also immigrated from Nigeria. You told I thought, a funny and sad story that you came here with only $40 and then you lost the $40. And yet you're here, a successful man. You've made a lot of yourself running for governor. How did you do it, and what does that say about your optimism from your own life story and the opportunities here? Because a lot of people might hear this and think, it's so hard to get ahead. But I bet most of those people who hear this story, your interview, probably haven't had it as hard as you. So if you can, and I know I'm asking you to just try to put into words your own life story and why others should be optimistic about the future.
There are 7 kids in my family. My mom and my dad had 7 total. I'm one of 7. By the time I was 14, my mom had died in Lagos, Nigeria. And 2.5 years later, my father died. So think I was 17 years old, a teenager. And my siblings and I, we had to get together and band together. But here's what worked for my family. The faith that our parents had instilled in us, the Christian faith that we were raised in. We believed that God is the beginning and end of everything. Our faith was just so strong. And the second thing was education. We believe strongly that through education, you can be whatever you want to be. And coming to America with a nation as great as America, with the land of opportunities and just graciousness, there's no excuse. Just work hard, focus, and educate yourself, and you can be whatever you want to be. And that's what I did. I got my associate's degree in political science, transferred to DePaul University in Chicago, got a bachelor's degree, and got so good I picked up a scholarship that was able to fund my JD and my master's degree in theology. So for me, it's God first, hard work, and dedication, and a belief in America that you can make it, regardless of your skin color. And I say this all the time, I'm an example and an epitome of the American dream and a witness that CRT doesn't work. It doesn't make any sense. You can succeed, you can be whatever you want to be, regardless of your skin color, your creed, or your background, whether you're an immigrant or not. This is where you come to succeed.
You talked about just now education. A lot of people would agree with you. Probably maybe everybody would agree that you can't go far without an education. But we often see such poor results in like the Chicago school system, where the vast majority are underperforming their own grade level. Can the governor of Illinois do something about the Chicago public schools?
Absolutely, and that's the problem, right? The governor of Illinois needs to empower the parents again. We need to turn over the kids to their parents, right? School choice, homeschooling. A parent has to be empowered to be the first agent of culture for their children, first agent of education for their children. We've seen what's going on in Illinois, right? The school curriculum is horrible. Sexualization, hyper-sexualization of the kids, CRT in schools. All those things do not work to raise a child. You have to empower the parents again, and I think that's the path to go. And that's what the governor is supposed to do, and that's what I'm going to do as governor. Put power back in the hands of the parents.
I won't keep you much longer, but we had the Republican win in Virginia, Glenn Youngkin.
Yes.
He talked about education, and he tapped into the frustration of parents
Yes.
because their kids were being taught things like critical race theory that they weren't happy with. So when you talk to the parents, the voters, and you go out and you have this message, how is that resonating here? Is it as much of an issue, one, with the voters, and two, can you, as a governor, help to empower, as you're talking about, the parents to take back the schools so that the schools are really teaching reading, math, science, and leaving the propaganda out of the lesson plan?
Yes, absolutely. And I have the best lieutenant governor candidate in LaTasha Fields, who's going to lead the charge on that. She's very passionate about education. She's very focused on the kids. And she's in Chicago. She's a homeschool mom herself. And I trust her with the decision that she's made with her family. And it's worked. I've met her family, and she's raised all her kids homeschooling. And I think those are the kinds of examples that parents are looking for. And to your question about whether it's resonating in Chicago, in Illinois, yes, absolutely. Cook County is tired. The people are tired. The voters are tired. We see what's going on with the kids, especially within the past 2 years. First, we lock them at home. We close the schools. Well, JB did that. And then you put a mask on them, and then you're teaching them sex, and then you're telling them they're not going to succeed because they're black or brown or whatever color, and then you blame another race for their failure. All those things go towards undermining the ability of the parent to raise successful kids. And that's what we're going to be about when we win the election, and LaTasha Fields is going to lead the charge on that.
Well, Max Alman, it was good to talk to you. Thanks so much for coming by.
Thank you.